Well, hello Dollhouse people, Whitney and LaBrie here, and this is part 2 of the exterior of the Garfield dollhouse. This week it's all about wood, and a lot of it. So now we've got stone, we have brick, and now we're going to add some wood. This is the part of the video where you take your little finger and subscribe.
Okay, so at the end of the last video where I did the brick, I mentioned that if I was going to make any changes, then I would make sure to show you in this video. Well, I did make a few changes. So here's what it looked like before, and now this is what it looks like. So the thing was, although I really liked the color of the other brick, I really didn't feel like it was going to go well with what I want to do at the top with the wood. And so I went ahead and did more of a buttercream and white colored bricks. And I also think it looks really good with the stone. And then I did add a little bit of a latte finish, just here and there, dabbing it on just to make sure that it was a cohesive flow between the two. Okay, now the other thing I need to do before I really start putting on the wood paneling is to get the porch put on, just the porch roof really, so that I know where all the lines are going to be, so that I don't add more wood paneling than necessary, because it's actually going to be a lot of work. And the other thing I had to consider was that because I added stone to the tower and some other areas, that I needed to alter the porch to make sure that it fit. So I just got my drill out and made sure to cut away any additional wood pieces that weren't going to fit, so that it'd be nice and flush to the dollhouse, as you can see here. And you can also see I did that before I repainted it. All right, and then I added the porch roof on, and I just used some wood glue, and of course I also used my glue gun just to make sure things fastened quickly while the wood glue dried, and then of course use my blue tape to make sure that it all held together while it dried completely. And it's gonna look so nice once that porch is completely put together. At first I was going to do a clapboard siding, which is what this is right here, and see how the siding kind of overlays on each other. But then I kind of thought about that I wanted to do maybe a more modern siding, especially since I have so many popsicle sticks, which is what I'm going to use. And the other thing is that I really like to mix a more modern and traditional look, as you probably had noticed, especially like in my pub where I did a very modern floor and then more traditional accessories and walls. So that's what I'm going to do here. And so I got out all my popsicle sticks. This is basically going to be my life for the next week and a half. It took me many hours to do this and a lot of cutting. And I just cut and glued. Of course, I'm using my blue tape to make sure that it stays.
Thousand years later.
And of course, Tiny Whitney was a big help, because she brought up all the boards to the different areas of the house that I needed as I needed them. She's tired? Oh my god, you should see my forearms. I swear to God, I look like Popeye. But the finished product looks really, really nice. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. A little quick tip here when you're doing the angles. So here's what I do. I make a stencil out of construction paper or whatever kind of paper, and then I tape it down. And then all I have to do is line up my wood at the base, make a couple marks, and then cut it. And the angle will be the same all the way up, so you could just use the base corner. You don't have to do such a big stencil. I just do that to make sure that it's the right size, and then you just pop it in place. And then I always add trim around the insides just to clean up any edges where maybe I did make a mistake, and it looks really nice. Okay, and then I bought some extra trim, and then I just put some trim on the corners of the dollhouse to clean it up. And then I'm going to do actually the window trim and the door trim and everything else next week. So anywhere where you see a door, I didn't add the trim, but on the corners of the dollhouse, I did add extra trim. You can see here, kind of cleaning it up a little bit, what the dollhouse looks like. But now I want to add some stain. And I am doing the same honey finish that I've kind of been going with in the Raggedy Ann room and also on the treehouse that I did. And that's just gonna allow for more cohesiveness between the two spaces, but also it's a really pretty color, and I think it's gonna go really, really well with the cream and white colored bricks. All right, and then that's it for this week. It's a short video, but it took a long time to actually do the wood paneling. But, you know, just watching somebody put wood paneling up is not incredibly exciting. So I spared you from that, believe me. Next week, I'm going to be doing the trim, the porch, and some doors. And I've got some really fun ideas for that. The other thing, too, is let me know what you think I should do here, because I've got these two areas here where I haven't done anything with them. And it's because I'm going back and forth on whether they should be brick or wood, and either to match, like brick on brick or wood on wood, or mix them up. So I'll figure that out. I'll show you what I decide to do next week. Other than that, you know the drill. If you need pre-owned accessories or furniture, you can pop on over to my eBay website, and please follow me if you haven't already on my Instagram or my Facebook page. So that's all for this week. I hope I've inspired you to get back to your own dollhouse projects, and I'll see you next time. Bye!